How making 100K will change your mind forever. It will give you the piece of the answer that you've been searching for. In fact, let's talk about 3 pieces. First, you will find a new baseline, and then you will get a little depressed. Many people don't understand that if you own a business, that doesn't mean you're cash flowing net positive, right? That doesn't mean that you're taking home as much as you want to be taking. So you could be making $1 million, and if your expenditure is 999,999, then you'd be better off as an employee, and you couldn't run that business. And just because you're making a lot more, it really doesn't mean you're netting the way you should, meaning you're profiting the way you should, right? That's part of the risk when it comes to scaling a business. Number 2, the time to break into the new mindset is shortened. So what I mean by that is that you become shockingly aware of how small you are. 100K is just basically 1.5 million a year. And to make $12 million, you need to make almost $1 million a month, right? Imagine that, $1 million a month, but it's only 12 million a year. You start to realize that you are very, very small fish in a very, very big pond. But that's part of the game, right? I mean, that's part of the game. And that's also what makes it exciting. Now, with that new awareness, you become aware that, okay, I need to shed this mindset as quickly as possible to get to the next level, especially if that means profiting consistently, right? That's the new level, especially with employees. That's the level that I'm at, right? Is trying to figure out how to manage all this revenue and just continually making more and more consistently in an upwards scalability. The way I think about it is like your mind is in a cast. Your mind is in a cast. It can break very, very easily and set back into your old ways. And you really can't do that, especially now with people that depend on you. And so that's why you don't have much time but you have to get to the next level. That's also why you see a lot of people that could get more money a lot faster and get to the next level faster. It seems like they just keep going up and up. Well, that's because at a certain point, you have no choice, right? Or else you can just lose everything so much faster. So embrace the new discipline, right? My brother and I, we work 7 days a week, basically. We work, 14 to 16-hour days. So, or more. It's just part of the game now. And, if that's not something you're ready to do or that you're willing to do, then I would suggest don't do it, and find something else to do that you love. This game is not for the faint of heart. Third, money isn't the answer, right? You already know this. I was talking to a girl. I was on a date with a girl yesterday. She only made like $12.50 a month, really, which is still very low for anybody to live on. But I told her how much I made, which was I made 100K just a couple months ago, and she was absolutely shocked. She was like, I make 1/100th of how much you make. And I didn't really put it in that perspective, but it just dawned on me that so many of our problems are truly, truly in our head. Because to me, for so much of what separates me is really just what's in my head now versus people. I know what to do, when to do it, how to do it, right? And it's not necessarily like a physical ability, which is the main differentiating factor. It's not. It's just knowledge, wisdom, experience, and skill, which is, of course, everything. It's a lot, but it's still mostly just in your head. And what it really is that not taking enough action in the right direction consistently, not having the balls to say, this is where I'm going, and I'm going to keep going there. I'm going to keep digging and trying to figure it out. That's what it takes, with basically everything. Like Hormozy said, if you feel too anxious, it's usually because you have too many options to choose from. If you are if you're depressed, then or sad, that means you really don't know which way to go, right? So you need to sit, contemplate, and ponder that. Kind of stay off the phone and really just give your mind time to think and think through it. And it's something I need to do more consistently too. So by the way, comment your situation right now. I mean, I know most of you are not at 100K. I know it may sound ridiculous, but please take a minute to say where you're at. I mean, I'm sure I could help with something, and I want to answer questions and help you guys. And also subscribe, because for every subscriber that subscribes to me from now on, I'm going to be putting in a raffle to send you the 2 books from Alex Hormozy, and I have books back here, but also the entire RussellBrunson.com secret series, which I used to make my first 40K in one day deal, right? Landed it and cash flowed it. So if that means anything to you, then I would subscribe. And, this is the first of many. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you soon.